That's what's charging everything.
I know, but why is it like all of a sudden this like, and it wasn't like that before? Why do I have to have that here? You just come up.
They're all here already, and you're complaining.
I'm not complaining. Hello. I'm not complaining. It's just that you do stuff that just makes no sense. It's like so technologically smart, but so mental midget sometimes.
So the power plugged in is mentally midget?
You put this power thing here, and it's like this short cord that was not there before. So now, since I don't have a lot of room
it's
here,
the same damn cord has been there for a year.
No, it hasn't. This does not lay right. Whatever. When it falls off, I don't care. Your problem. Hey! Happy Friday, TGIF.
TGIF.
And here we are. Audio is a little low.
Is it? Okay, good. I like to hear that because I will fix that.
Mo, what's up?
Are you yelling at these people?
I'm yelling so that they can hear me.
Did they really say the audio is low?
Yeah, look right here. I just saw it.
Is it really? All right. Let's see. Let me move that this way. We got this whole audio thing is changing.
It, right?
So let me get over here. Hold on. Let me go.
I'm gonna type in.
I need to go and turn something over there. Can we close that just for a second? Hold
now
on.
I can't type to you guys.
No. Hold on.
He's not prepared.
Okay.
He's not prepared.
Is that a little better? I don't know. It looks like it should be good. I don't know.
Mo said that was loud.
Was it loud?
TGIF.
All right. So turn this up a little bit.
Raziel said, yeah, that's good.
Okay, good. I don't want it to go too hot, but sometimes I'll start screaming and then it'll get too loud and blow out like
you're talking loud.
In here.
He was just messing around with the sound. That's why.
Yeah. I have. Well, let me. I got the box.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So I promised you guys that I'd tell you if this whole thing worked. Remember, I did the whole Linux thing, and then I was just absolutely lit with the audio not working, and I went through about $1,000 worth of equipment. Ended up having to return everything, and I ended up getting this Tascam thing, and it actually worked. So my audio is now divided into 2 mics, and technically, we could test it out and have Fab on one mic and me on another. So
Shannon,
we might do that before the end
official
of the
Purple Live on the air super chat.
Shannon,
Hello,
thank you for being here.
You were spot on with Amazon today.
Was I crushing it today? Yeah, I was kind of lit. I wanted to kind of tell it how it was and give people a little bit of my story because I get that question all the time. When I call him Jeff Bezos and all that stuff, I kind of do it in jest, but I don't care for him, but it's I don't even blame him, It's when you get so much power, you turn evil. Okay, that's just the way it is. Not everyone does, but a lot of people do. They can't handle the money, right? And you're talking about Amazon being a $2 trillion company, and it's just the stuff that they do is absolutely unfair trade practice. It's borderline illegal, and they skirt the edge. Is what they do. They skirt the edge. And if they get caught, like they have in the past, they just drag their feet through the mud and go as slow as possible. I mean, right now, the Federal Trade Commission has them on monopoly, right? That's their thing, right? Now, that's monopoly, and then there was something else. There's literally multiple lawsuits against them that we, the taxpayer, are paying for, okay? So, but both of these lawsuits that I was talking about today are from 2023. There's nothing done. There's nothing done. Why is there nothing done? Because they have very good attorneys. 2 of the top firms in the country are on retainer. So, of course, there's not too much more to be said about that. It is. But yeah, so I was a little bit lit today, and it's not a normal video, and that's why I said at the very beginning, don't watch this video. It's not for everyone. It's really for the people that wanted to know why I'm always so negative. And I just gave you literally just the tip top, right, of the peak of the mountain, right? A couple of grain of, let's say, sand on the beach. It's just a small amount. There's a lot more. Trust me. It wouldn't be a 30-minute kind of expose. It would be very long, and I didn't want to do that for everyone. Anyway, so maybe in another video, I'll kind of break it down, some other things. If people have questions tonight about anything that I talked about, sure, ask them.
Yes.
So
I'm going to say some shout-outs
go ahead.
today and backtrack because you talked too long.
I talked too long.
Hey, Mark. How are you? I have 4 competing live channels at that time. You are amazing, and we are happy that we're one of them. What's up, Dutch Linux? Ricky Joe is in the house. He also said if you see this before the show starts, check your email, please. He did not see that, so he will have to do that after, Ricky Joe.
Well, you say hello, and I'll go check email.
Yes.
See if I
Gala
can actually
Girl,
get there.
I'm loving all your emojis. You're lit tonight. I'm here for it. Okay, let's see. Who else? Rubicon George, how are you? Of course, Mo, Mark Spencer, Internet Troll, Michael
I like that Internet Troll. I love that.
Yes. Eric McMahon, what's going on? And let me see. Our GSD Rules is here. I'm ready for the kicks tonight. So lit, so lit. And of course, Shannon, we missed you last week. So happy that you're here with us tonight. Thank you very much. Richard Ruiz, happy Friday. WT, I cannot wait for Amazon to bring it. We are here for all the things. All right, let me go back so I can see the questions. I know there's questions here.
Let me comment on Ricky Joe.
Okay, Ricky
I
Joe.
got your email, and I'm seeing like some really exceptional speeds. 159 down by 32.7 up was one of them. 164 by 25.3, that's phenomenal. 162 by 25.1, that's also phenomenal. So yeah, these are some really good speeds that are going through the extender. Can't complain about that. I mean, every once in a while, those up speeds are just fantastic. 32 megabit up speed from SpaceX Starlink is great. 159 is acceptable. I mean, you might get up to 200 as things get a little bit better. And as far as the latency, you have 37 on one pull, another 37 on another pull. Let me see. I think 41 or 33. Either way, they're not bad. And eventually, you're going to see those in the 20s. So hang in there. This is definitely good numbers.
All right. Dutch said, check your email or Discord. I'm working on Pipewire project. Let me know what you think so far. Send you a screenshot or on your Discord under Tech Talk.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I can go over to the Discord. If people don't know about the Discord, if you go to community.JCristina.com, once again, community.JCristina.com, you can get onto the Discord, right? So definitely check it out. There's hundreds and hundreds of people over there. A bunch of tech nerds talking a whole bunch of nonsense.
Talking tech.
Talking tech. Talking space. SpaceX.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why do some people say China?
I like when they say China.
I don't know. They just do.
China. All right. So you're going to check the Discord. Ricky Joe also said, is it raining for any other folks where we're getting hit hard now? Thunderstorms with hail and wind gusts of 40 miles per hour in Palatka. Power done surge about 3 times. That's up the road.
Hopefully we do not get a power surge. If not, you're going to be gone.
Yeah, I know.
No, we do have some battery backup here, but still, it's you just never know. Sometimes we get some really nasty weather. But we don't just have SpaceX Starlink. We have 3 providers that are currently broadcasting. So we should be okay as long as we don't lose power.
Eric, do what the nice lady says and be rewarded. You're so smart, Eric.
See?
You need to rub off on Joe. I love it.
Thank you for that. I need to be reminded.
Yeah. Oh my God. Every day. All the time, you guys. Eric, Fabiola question. When is the next ULA launch window for Bezos satellites?
Yeah, that's the great question. Matter of fact, let me go and let's take a look. Let's look, shall we? Let me see. Can we bring it up? We can. All right, so there we go. So this is ULA's launch.com. This is their site, okay? And if we come down here, we can see on the 10th when it ended up happening, it says Mighty Atlas countdown was clear. Or it was very clear. It really wasn't. It was actually pretty cloudy the whole time. Unfortunately, weather stayed rough. Apparently, appreciate support from the USF weather team or whatever. Backup window is today. And you know what? What's funny is this backup window that was the next day, basically. Today was the next day after the launch attempt. They were not granted the launch attempt. And guess who ended up taking that window? SpaceX. they launched a whole bunch of SpaceX satellites. So yeah, Bozo over there did not get to launch his Kuiper satellites. Sadly to say, we were on live for 2 hours and like 51 minutes, I think it was. We were on live for a while. They kept pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. And it just, when you watch a live from SpaceX, it is a production, right? They do a really good job. You see a lot of cameras, a lot going on. What you hear like translations of what's going on. When you watch like ULA, I feel like you're on like a CB and you're like sitting there and you're like listening to over like basically that, right? And then I'm sitting here trying to interpret what exactly is 59 Zulu and when are they going to, and I'm making predictions. And for some reason I was like right a lot. Right, guys? What the hell happened? I don't know. The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while too, right? So anyways, I was right, and I don't even know. It just happened. But sure damn enough, it didn't go off because there was a ton of rain just off the coast. It's just stupid. They were supposed to launch at midday, at noon. And instead of like, oh, let's push it back to the afternoon. In Florida, can you ever launch something in Florida? Why can't you launch at the end of the day in Florida? What ends up happening every afternoon?
It rains.
This isn't rocket science. Once again, this is very simple. This is atmospheric science. It rains in Florida on the coast like every single afternoon. That is it. So they postponed it to like, what was it, like 7 o'clock? I don't know. And it's just stupid. And anyways, bottom line, it didn't go off. But as soon as it does, I will be here live again for 3 hours, and hopefully it goes up. I want to see them actually get 27 satellites into orbit. I don't mind the competition. Even though I don't like the guy, I don't care. The competition's good. It's a story. I've always said that they'll never, ever get Project Kuiper off the ground, so to speak. And I still believe that they'll never get to the numbers because I did the math, and the math doesn't work out. There's no way for them to get to the minimum that they require. Don't kick me yet. There's no way for them to get to the minimum that they require by the FCC without losing their license, right? Anyways, FCC, FA. Anyways, yeah, all that. I'll just stop. So when is it? The answer is there's no freaking clue.
I freaking forgot what I even asked you.
I don't even know what I was talking about. So yeah. So
when was the next launch?
Yeah, there is no next launch. I don't know. We're waiting on it. Here, let's look at the chat. Let's look at the chat.
Look at the chat.
Yeah. So we really don't know. We really don't know. I hope it's sometime soon. But their launch window, which is the next day, Elon took from them.
Okay.
That was just good. That's just good.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
You have questions for me? Well, how the hell is everyone tonight, anyways?
I'm trying to see where I was because it did that thing.
Oh my God! It did the thing.
It did the thing.
You don't want me to start talking again because I'll go on and on. You know that.
Well, this is what happens. You go on, and then it does the thing, and then it takes me a minute to find it again. And okay, here I found it.
Excellent.
Okay, it was the ULA launch window. That's what it was. That's where we left off. You talked too much.
Yes.
And so here we
are.
What
was next?
And now I'm looking.
And I'm
looking. And I'm laughing.
And I'm dreaming.
I'm dreaming.
Falling
Mo
asleep.
said the family went to Paris and Kevin went to New York. Typical. Okay. Internet troll, if he gets a chance, bump it up a bit more. I'm listening on a sound system on my TV. You will get it worked out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Let me
Tech
look
support.
What do we got here?
Still love you. I'm a grumpy old man sometimes too.
You know what? While you're doing that,
Shannon said ULA rescheduled for 4/14/23.
4/14. Really? Why isn't it on their page? Who said that? Shannon? Hold on just a second. Let me close this for 1 second.
And dragging things through the mud.
All right, guys, listen. Before we go through any more questions, let me see. That's mine. That'll be Fabiola's over there. So you talk through yours, I talk through mine, and let's see if we get this echo thing. We could. It's possible. Let me know. Are you hearing an echo? Because now we have two mics.
Echo.
Is there an echo? There you go. So, yeah. So Mike,
sounds like we're all in an echo.
all right. So there we go. Done. So one mic it is. We'll leave the one mic between the two of us, and we will call that good. Okay? All right. Okay.
All right.
Are we good? Are we good?
Fine
Yes.
now. Thank you,
All right.
Bo.
There you go. Thank you for that. I figured we'd try it.
Okay.
I think the
Ty
only...
said now it's fixed. The mics were too close together.
Yeah. I mean, the only way to do it is if we were on the opposite of us.
Internet
and-
Troll said your live streaming software audio level fader will fix it.
Yeah, we're right now peaking out. We're at like negative 10
Sounds
dB,
like you're in a
somewhere
drum.
on there. So, yeah, that's from before.
Oh, no, it just came up.
Yeah, but still, it's from before.
It's from Oh, okay. All right, we're good?
We're good. We
Yeah,
are
yeah,
good.
yeah. Oh, Shannon said it was a joke. I put 41428.
Oh.
Sorry.
Exactly. No, I like that. 28. It could be. It's possible. I don't even know.
All right, Gala Girl. Would you ever get the alien detector sold on Amazon to try and make video? Seeing Tesla solar power ads, do you think Tesla actually makes these giant things? No.
So much that we see on YouTube today is
faux.
fake.
It's faux.
It's faux. It's just not real. There's so many PiPhone videos. There's so many just crazy ass shit that just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And you just, when you look at the channel and you see that it's a faceless channel and that's all you're seeing is B-roll of some BS going continuously, the chances are it's probably BS. And that's just how it is. So yeah, just take it all with a grain of salt. I'll tell you, if there's ever a PiPhone coming, I will know about it. Tesla phone, I will know about it. Okay. So hang in there with that. So, I mean, the next thing we're going to see most likely is the robots, right? We'll see Optimus. We'll probably see those come out of that new massive factory that they have going. Well, the extension of their current factory that they have. What is it, Texas, wherever? And they're adding like 1 million square feet. I'm going to guess some of that 1 million square feet is going to be for the robot, and some of the million will be for additional SpaceX Starlink version 3 satellites. So we'll see.
All right. Rich Turner, appreciate you and all your knowledge.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you for being here.
Black Guy, I like your perspective on things. It's a conversation we as a nation must have. We all have to choose to pay more and keep a local store alive or buy another spoonful of caviar for Jeff B. Facts.
That is such a great statement. That is such a great statement. That's why we used to always support our local, vegetable place, right? Remember?
Yeah. We always have. We always try because us, or I can't talk today, us ourselves have always been small business owners.
Yeah.
So, we tried different things. Some worked, some didn't. And so, yeah.
There's certain things you have to buy, big box, no matter what. But if there's any way that we can support a local, I don't care if it's a restaurant or if it's like a fruit stand or whatever, you try to support them because you want them to stay. And people don't understand that. Like, if you don't buy from them, they go out of business. They're not just there just because. So, but yeah, that's a great point. Thank you for that point. Yeah, that's it. There's going to be a little bit of hardship. There's going to be a little bit of suffering.
Is this new again? Are we echoing again?
Yeah, we should not be echoing because we only have one mic on.
No?
I think it's old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I'll just
No,
scroll
we're
down.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we are going to have a little bit of pain.
All right, Mark Spencer, your hubby talked me into getting Starlink, and it's been awesome. 382 megabits down.
Holy crap.
Wow.
That is fast. 382. That's faster than I ever were able to get. And I've been here since the very beginning. The maximum that I ever got was about 320, 340, somewhere on there.
I have no idea.
And now it's a lot less. But 382? Holy crap. That is really good.
Mark
really
Spencer, your hubby. Oh, no, that's the one
Yeah.
I just did. Duh. Brian Javier, hello.
How you doing?
Chris Harding, Musrat's Umbrella Corp.
Umbrella Corp. Yeah.
Tech support, what's your BBS phone number?
Yeah.
Greg, my fastest Starlink speed so far has been 427 megabits, but always usually get 200 megabits minimum.
Yeah, 200 is about it. I still get every once in a while the 300. What I get that's fantastic that a lot of people don't, is I get anywhere from about 14 to 19 milliseconds on the latency, which is insanity. I mean, that's literally cable speed, cable latency, copper. So, God, I mean, it's really good, really good.
Jim Sims, Joe, how many years before we can make our own things and not rely on China?
That's a really good point. It's
not going to be fast and overnight because there's so many, like, how much manufacturing do we have here compared to China? And we've given everything
lost
away.
A lot of manufacturing too.
So like, it's going to take time.
So we have to rebuild them.
Right. But so this goes back to what we were talking about last Friday. Like, it's not going to be a quick fix. And some of us are, like, we're in it not just for us, like we're in it for our kids and hopefully our kids
Right.
So like, I'm cool with whatever, and that's why I said last Friday, like, I voted for him so he can open up a can of whoop ass.
Did you say a can of whoop ass?
Yes, and just whoop ass. And I even brought my can of whoop ass.
What the hell? Did you actually make a can of whoop ass?
My can of whoop ass.
You just got too much time on your hands.
Just open it up and whoop ass.
What the frick is that? We got a can of whoop ass. My God. Might as well leave it here, the can of whoop ass.
Right here.
So yeah, but no, I have to concur. It's absolutely going to be a little bit of pain, and that's just the way it is. We are accustomed to let's say, being a throwaway society. We buy shit and throw it away and then buy the next.
Some of us. I love vintage things.
Yeah, but I mean, for the majority of us, whereas when you go into Europe, they kind of keep things a little bit longer than in the U.S. The U.S., we're really disposed. We throw stuff away a lot.
But I think it's been made to be like that.
Yes, absolutely. We have been conditioned.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like Amazon conditions you to buy stuff that you really don't want, and because you get it like the next morning, you're like, oh, it's here. You don't even think about it.
We are a society. I mean, that's what runs the economy.
Instant gratification.
Everything in work, either you're providing a service or a product. That's just the way it is, right? But it's just gotten to a point where it's just crazy. So, I don't think it's going to be a quick fix, and you have to go through the pain, and you're going to have patience.
Yeah, and we're going to have to wait for the plants to show up. I mean, seeing that Apple is actually putting in $500 billion to put in facilities in the U.S., that your $500 billion is not a little bit. It's a lot of bit. And knowing that Apple is going to do it, that means to me, the writing is on the wall. This is not going to be a quick fix, number one. The whole tariff thing is not going away anytime soon. If not, Apple wouldn't do it. Apple would be like, you know what? We're going to hang out. We're going to wait. We'll move some production into Vietnam. We'll move stuff around a little bit. Because remember, the majority of the iPhones, or actually all of the iPhones, are made in China. And that's just it. They're made in China. And Apple knows it. You think Apple can bring in a phone with 145% tariff? Think about that. Are they going to charge us for an $800 phone? They're going to start charging us like what? Over $1,200, $1,300? It just, people aren't going to do it. They're not going to buy it. So they're going to have to do something, and that's why they are now doing what they should have done 10 years ago and put a plant in the U.S. instead of shipping all of the jobs to China.
Yeah.
I mean, right? So, I mean, you gotta, when you see these big companies do it, it's a big thing. Let me see. Shannon, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see. It says, I will match every $1 super chat for the next 5 minutes. I like that. Open up your wallets, $1 super chat, and Shannon will match it. That's you, awesome,
Shannon. Thank you.
I should put a countdown timer. I don't know if I can't even do it. I don't even know. That'd be.
We just have a bullshit meter.
You got well. That's not a countdown timer. Bullshit meter. Thank you, Shannon, for that. I see. Look, Fragile came in with his $10. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
All right, let me.
You guys are awesome.
Questions. I love it. Brian, what kind of speeds can we expect from Project Kuiper?
I don't want to be an ass, but you're not going to get any speeds.
You don't want to be an ass?
I don't. You're not going to get any speeds because it's not going to be around this year at all. It most likely won't be around next year. All right? I did the math. If they continue doing 27 satellites for the next what 15 months in totality, so even if they went to the end of the year and they kept on doing 27, 27, 20, they would end up with like 243 satellites. What the hell are you going to do with that? Nothing. And then you continue for the 15 months, and it was like 404 satellites, I think I calculated. I don't know. Call it 400 satellites. What are you going to do with that? Nothing. So they're still going to be short about 1,200 satellites that they were mandated, okay, to have up and running. So since they won't, they might lose their license. Or they're going to have to request an extension on that license for how long? I don't know. It's just not happening, guys. It's not happening unless they I don't know, some miracle happens. I just don't see it. ULA cannot put enough satellites on orbit. Blue Origin hasn't put one for Bozo at all. So forget about his own company. That's not happening. Then you have Ariane Space, right? What are they at? France? Ariane Space, they've put nothing up either for them. The only people that have put anything up there was ULA, and they've put 2 satellites into orbit. 2 prototypes so far, and those burned up after like the first month, and that's it. They don't have a single satellite up there. But if you listen to Bozo over there, he's like ready to go. He's got his little terminal, he's got his dish, he's got a medium-sized dish, he's got a mega dish, he's got like all of these like how many megabit. He's got nothing. He's got dishes that communicate with nothing. What is he pointing them at? It's just ridiculous in its face. All right. So, anyways, so there you go. What is the speed? 0. The speed is 0. Eventually, the speeds should be about the same as SpaceX, Starlink, but it's just not going to be for a bit, let's just say. For a bit.
Okay.
A long bit.
Gallagher.
A megabit.
Cállate.
We got megabit right down here at the bottom of the screen.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Gallagher, questionable.
Kicked me twice.
Well, because it's like a run-on sentence.
I just
Remember
run on.
that?
I just run on.
It's like every time I think he's done, then boom,
and
he
then I'm
starts
never
again.
done.
And so then I can't go. And then people will say, "Oh, you're talking over him."
Don't talk over me. Oh man, don't make me laugh. Shannon, I see Shannon.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, Shannon.
Wow. Thank you, Shannon. Love it.
You guys are crazy.
Oh my gosh, Shannon, fragile match. Fuck it, why not? I love that.
Oh man, thank you guys.
You guys are
Appreciate
awesome.
you guys.
Gallagher.
We just have fun on a Friday night, right? This is just all about having
Questionable. Will you two do a shirt swap Friday today? Still looking forward to eyeliner live. Maybe demonstrate on Joe. Okay. I like my shirt today, and no, I don't want Joe to stretch it out, Gallagher. I have my grit and grace.
Grit and grace
shirt.
I mean, I'll wear it.
No, I don't want you to stretch it out. I like this shirt. And I don't want to wear your shirt.
You don't like my shirt?
No, I like your shirt, but I don't want to wear your shirt.
What do I got? I got like stars and stripes. So who do I got?
Grunt
I got
style.
Grunt style.
Actually, this is grunt style too. But
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so then I can wear it.
No, you're not going to wear my shirt and stretch it out. This is my shirt.
I would have switched damn shirts.
No. Demonstrating eyeliner on Joe. Wow. I don't know about that.
That's going to be a very large super chat for that. Dr. Stu explains.
Ooh, gifted 5 memberships.
Gifted memberships. So we got Mike, Brandon, tech support. I love that tech support. Oh, no, it's not tech support. Mike Brandon, Internet Troll. Internet Troll. You got a free membership from Dr. Stu Explains. Ty, who's this? Young 150. And not Radioactive. Anyways, those 5. If you got a free membership from Dr. Stu, please say thank you. Please say thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that.
Okay, Ricky Joe, yeah, my aunt actually gets 200 megabits directly from her router when I walk close to her house and connect directly through it, but I get about half that speed through the extender, but it's 200 feet.
Yeah, and look at that extender. Sometimes people will use an extender that's like an AC extender instead of an AX extender. Check to see which one it is, because if you get an AX extender that will do a greater megabit, you can get faster speeds. So keep that in mind.
Okay. America. Atomic nukes and bees. America R&D means research and development. China R&D means receive and duplicate.
Yeah, copy everything.
Yes.
Copy everything. I mean, that's what happened with my stuff. That's what Mr. Wonderful was talking about. That the Kevin O'Leary. I mean, he talked about this at nauseam. Matter of fact, I should bring him up. I don't know if I can find it, but he spoke about this. Matter of fact, this is what he said. He said, 104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating for 400%. I do business with China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in. They cheat, they steal IP. IP is basically intellectual property, okay? So that's Mr. Wonderful. And I agree with him 110%. 400% for China. 400%. 6 months to a year. I'm not even kidding. 6 months to a year. No, do not compromise at all. They deserve it. They need it. And at that point, trust me, Amazon stock would be in the shitter, okay? Number one. Where's your whoop ass? Amazon stock would be in the shitter, number one. Number two, small businesses like me would be able to actually sell stuff again on Amazon and on all of the other platforms. We'd be able to sell stuff. And then the Chinese companies that are all frauds and fakes by the droves of them wouldn't be able to sell here, right? 400%. They couldn't do it. So a $10 thing would be what, $40 or something. They can't do it.
So Shannon super chatted. I won't be able to stay for the whole show.
Oh, no.
So fire that shit up now so I don't miss it, Fab. You can order Fire Suit on my website. Great. Thanks, Shannon.
Yes, you see?
I'm just moving back.
All right, here we go. We're gonna launch the Starship. Right,
I'm gonna throw a can of whoop ass at you if I blow up.
Here we go. 1, 2, and Jesus! It did it again, guys. You see?
How you push the button? I just noticed it. It's how you do it.
What do you mean how do you push a damn button? I just pushed it.
No, you did it. It's the way you're doing it.
Okay, here, you do it the way I did it.
No, I'm going to wait until it's sitting for so long, and then I'm going to come out here and try it and push just how you did. You'll see. I'm going to record it on my phone.
All right. Shen, next time that you're here, next week, she can push it, and we'll see what happens.
Joe's going to come back with no bangs.
Gone. I have no eyebrows. She'll be tattooing them on.
Yeah, tech support said he used the right finger.
There it is. That's exactly right. It's like your power cord over there.
That's stupid.
My God.
Alrighty then. Dayville, yeah, I go shopping on Amazon every day on Amazon. I try my best to keep their drivers so happy as I can. Amazing Amazon. No more driving to shop unless I buy super fantastic deals immediately. No. It's true. I mean,
and it's like
I don't blame people, right? Because everybody has so much going on.
Absolutely.
And also the way, like, once COVID came, even before COVID, because I've worked in retail for many, many years. You just couldn't find the inventory in stores anyways. Like, you couldn't find things. And again, because things aren't manufactured here, and if there's back stock and all that crap. So when COVID came and all this production stopped and people stopped working, we're in retail. In retail's terms, we are like legit like 4 years behind on retail sales. True. And yeah, even like in fashion, it's just like blah. Yeah. It's the same shit, same cut, different material, but it's the same thing over and over again. Things don't even fit right. They're not made right. The quality is horrendous, and it's more expensive, just like the food, and you're getting crap.
And you get crap. So my question here would be, it's a good point, but of course I always have the other side of it and saying this: which came first, the chicken or the egg? So is it that we have absolute trash in our stores because there's just simply trash in the stores and now Amazon filled the gap? Or is it that Amazon came around and now had everything and now the stores can't compete. So at this point, they can't even stock their stores, and their stores have turned basically into Amazons, where you just look at the product and you ask them, they're like, oh, we really don't have that. You go to the shoe store, right? We go to Dick's or something. We want to buy a pair of shoes. They're like, oh, we'll have to order those in. Do you want us to deliver that to your home for tomorrow? I'm like, no, I want to buy a damn pair of shoes. Well, we don't have that pair of shoe. Which shoe do you have? Well, we have none. It's like, what the frick are you doing? What the hell is that? So once again, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know, is it the stores that just have no supply anymore because they have no supply, or do they have no supply because everyone's buying shit from Amazon and now they're not giving them any business? That's the big question. Shannon with the mega super chat. Thank you.
Shannon, you're the biggity bomb.
Time's up.
Thank you.
So I will give you. Thank you so much. It's
Time's
the egg.
up. Not all of you could give, so I will give for you the egg.
The egg. The egg.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your night, and
Yes.
we will see you on the next one.
Yeah, and we got to get you on the show again in the not so distant future. That was a lot of fun, and I'm doing all of the back end. We have new. Just so you guys know, we got new ear monitors that are ready to go. Fabiola has a pair. I have a pair. We have the different mics going on here too, and there's some back routing going on, some mix minus, some loop back stuff that you don't want to know about that I've been working on. So we should start being able to have other people on the show with us. That's going to be exciting. So hang in for that. Hang in for that. So yeah. Anyways.
All right.
Thank you,
Davo.
Shannon. Thank you for all
Thanks,
that you do.
Shannon.
Really appreciate that.
DeVille, yeah, I go shop. Oh, I just read that. Why?
What is wrong with you?
Because this thing keeps moving.
It's a Groundhog Day or some shit.
Yeah,
Why do you keep saying the same thing?
Because I'm sitting next to you.
I'm going to launch this thing again.
Ty Carter, Joe, keep talking. You're in great company. Glad to see the backbone of your operation here tonight. Chris Harding, I'm screaming. Why, Chris? Chill.
Oh.
Kevin Thiel, agree. Volume is down just a bit, but this could have been from a while ago.
Yeah,
because I'm
all right.
behind. So.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see. Hold on, you guys. Okay, George Ordway, finally making it to your question. When at Embry-Riddle, you in Daytona Beach, Florida, we went to a concert and the SSL was taking off. Went into the Coliseum and checked in with the sound booth. They restarted the concert.
Really?
Wow.
That is interesting. Very cool.
Glad to see you made it out of the cave. Mark Spencer, that's old.
Yeah.
So.
It's all right.
3,000. George said there was about 3,000 of us. We're right outside in the parking lots watching the launch.
Sweet. That's a lot of people.
Gallagher said the alien thing on Amazon is a thing, though, sold there.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I know you sent an email about it, and I was reading about it. I just haven't. I've been working on like the audio and the mixing and all the rest of the stuff, and it was a lot of work, and I finally got it squared away. It was like yesterday, so I can kind of get back into things. I've also been interviewing editors that can possibly edit some of my videos instead of me having to do every one of them. And at that point, if I do find someone that can actually do it at least a reasonable cost, we're going to be able to have even more videos than I normally do. And I do a lot every week. So that should help out also. So there's a bunch of things going on behind the scenes. And as they kind of come to pass, I'll bring you kind of aboard for them and let you know what's going on. So.
Chris Harding said, local is how small communities keep it together.
100%.
Jay Gudmunder. Jay.
What's up, Jake?
Does Maxwell Taylor's restaurant chain still exist in USA?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I've never seen
Maybe somebody on here knows. I have no idea. Tech support. That's the problem. We have given it all to China, including pharmaceuticals. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You know,
yes.
let me just say something, okay? Let me say something. Did you just look at your damn watch? I'm
did.
speaking. I said, let me say something. She goes, like if she's going to time me or some shit. My God. Anyways.
You guys, I'm multitasking. This dude, okay, forgets that I worked yesterday. My day starts at 5. I'm not done, okay? And then after my job, I had to still drive all the way down south for the rest of my job, spend a night down south, get up again, do it all over again, drive back into town while a plane is crashing by the airport that I'm driving by, come home, cook dinner, do all the things. Yeah, and then I'm here.
She's a superwoman.
So, my timer went off. I had to look to see what's happening. It's all.
Did you have like a cake in the oven or something? You baking?
No, but there's stuff going on, things in the backgrounds happening. Gotcha.
So what I wanted to tell you guys was if...
I'm going to put a timer on.
If you have any type of meds that are mission critical, that you absolutely... I do need some crazy meds. So if you have any meds that are absolutely mission critical that you need to survive, right? Stuff that's really important. I'm not talking about like your vitamin D and your C or whatever. I'm talking about like stuff that you really need. I would suggest, if it's at all possible, that you get as much as possible, at least 6 months or so, and just store it. And the reason being is if these tariffs do go past this 145% and they do, let's say, hit that 400%, these drugs are going to be so expensive that people are not going to be able to afford them. And the reason being is, just like he said, the issue, what was it, tech support or whatever, the issue is we don't make our own drugs. We don't. Where do all of our drugs, or where do all of the, even if you're doing, let's say you're doing, you're sending it to an actual pharmacy and they're actually creating those compounds, right? A compounding pharmacy. There's not many of those left, but if you even send the stuff, all of the ingredients come from China. The majority, I don't want to say all, but let's just say a greater majority do. So at that point, they're going to have a hard time fulfilling scripts. So like I said, pick up your scripts, right? That's just a little side note from me to you. I just think it's a prudent thing to do in a time that we're currently in. I could be wrong.
Okay, so tech support, did you buy that can locally or from France? I imported it from China.
Is that a Chinese whoop ass?
Yes.
Oh.
No, I made it. I'll make you one if you'd like. And yes, Ty Carter said we are a disposable society.
Yeah, it's an issue.
Jay Gudmunder, who would want some work they do in China, and USA has only 4% unemployment, which is almost full employment. I mean, that's true, but people still need work. Not everyone,
they always say like, oh, people don't want to do the jobs anyways that they do in China.
Yeah, but I just think that's a cop-out.
But what people don't understand, and I've heard this on the news not that long ago. They're like, "Oh, you think you're going to get like Americans to go and screw little screws into your iPhone?"
Can I just say something real quick? So my mom is like 74, and all her life she's worked factory work. Like right now, she works full time. My mother is like a master solderer. She solders little mini parts on lights
that doing it for like 50 years, like
that
forever,
go inside like the marine ships, like in the
bulbs, light bulbs and stuff.
Yeah, but like inside the actual U.S. boats, inside swimming pools, and she's 74. And she's taught him, she's called him out, like, you don't know what you're doing. So a lot of people do. Not everyone went to college. People have had different things that happen in their life. And people need to have those jobs and options too. That doesn't mean like they're less than.
Yeah. And then you bear in mind, okay, when you hear like, oh, the Americans don't want to go and screw in screws.
Maybe they should, so they wouldn't be so high-horsed and lurid.
When they go and develop a new...
Well, you're talking specific, but I'm just saying.
Right, because that's the stuff that I hear all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about like Apple, when they make a new, facility that has a value of $500 billion, okay, trust me, there's nobody screwing in screws, people. Okay, this is all robotics. All right, it's going to be a massive facility, and no one will probably even touch the things until they end up packaging them. And maybe they don't even have to do that anymore either. You're talking about $500 billion. Okay, you're not going to have to worry. The people that get those jobs are going to be the people that are writing the software, the people that are maintaining the robots, the people that are changing all of the goos and glues and all the oils and all the rest of the stuff that keeps the machines running. Those are the people, the engineers, the people that do the 3D CAD work, right? Those are the ones. Those are the jobs.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. They're not screwing in screws anymore.
Yeah, I just think that's
I could be wrong. Maybe they aren't screwing screws.
That's not the only thing in this world that gets manufactured. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, so much. I mean, but we don't have any here.
Right.
I mean, they're all gone. I mean.
And quality, obviously.
No. Quality is long gone.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michael Johnson, how hard can it be to toss together a bunch of Chinese quality factories to start? Not that hard.
Probably not.
Galagirl said, then click the photo of the alien and read the review.
I will do that.
Ty. Mark. Waste a rocket every launch.
From who?
Mark Potochnik said,
Waste a rocket?
a rocket every launch.
Every launch.
I guess maybe with Bozo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I'm just trying to catch up
Yeah.
here.
I mean, Mark, I don't know. If you're talking about ULA, yes, their rockets are not reusable, so it's all wasted, basically.
All right.
With SpaceX Starlink, it's not, obviously. The lower half comes, lands on the back of a drone ship, and gets brought back, refurbished, and they launch it again. Some of those rockets from SpaceX Starlink have launched over 20 times. I think the record is 27. I don't know. It's a bunch. It's a lot of the same damn rocket, you know. So.
All right. Aaron T., do you think Amazon's network could handle the network load for customers since, in my experience, all sucks?
Yeah.
AWS sucks?
Yeah, AWS. So, you know, I would say yes. And the reason I say yes is because I've been in a NOC, a network operations center, where AWS is and Google was too. And when you see the number, the sheer number of cabinets in the NOCs of their just racked computers, just stacked, like literally rows, it's massive. It's massive. So yes, they shouldn't have any problem. And AWS and Google are always sitting on the backbone. So their POPs, or their point of presence, will be sitting on a backbone, just like SpaceX Starlink's is. You know, my backbone, or our backbone for SpaceX Starlink, is Miami currently. That's the backbone. That is the POP, is right at the backbone. We used to use the POP that was in Atlanta, Georgia. Why? In Atlanta, Georgia, there's a backbone. Same exact thing. So they're all like that. AWS is massive. I mean, I don't think so, but I wouldn't even doubt that Elon's system is running either on AWS, probably not AWS, but probably Google's deal. You know, that they're so massive that it's almost hard. It's almost impossible to not be involved with one of them.
Okay, anyways. George Ordway, he has the money but needs to give control to his personnel like Musk does.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff has a chip on his shoulder, and that's why his board of directors were going to sue him for not using Elon Musk to get the satellites on orbit. They're paying a lot of money, and there's a lot of investors paying a lot of money, and him with that chip on his shoulder not asking Musk for help makes it so the investment is not a good investment, so they were going to sue him, and that's why now he has a contract with SpaceX that he'll never use. He has 80 contracts for the Project Kuiper, 80 contracts, and that's with ULA, Blue Origin, Arianespace, and SpaceX. And he said it, stop looking at your watch, and he has said it that SpaceX is going to be the last on the list. The absolute worst case scenario, he'll use Elon's, but they don't get together too well.
Okay, so
how did I do? Did you check my? Did you do a
Dutch
timer?
Dutch Linux. I'm finally getting to it.
Yeah.
Fab, kick him to check the Discord. For the love of God, he wants you to check your Discord.
Check the Discord
for an email or the Discord.
Did you send an email or did you send on Discord or both?
I think it was both. A message on both, I guess. I don't know what you do with that. That's your thing.
Thank you.
I can't keep track of that too. Good God.
Let me see.
China is great.
Oh, you know what? Discord I don't have on this computer. I didn't put it back on here. So if you sent me an email, let me know. And if not, send me another email. And I got
Oh
my
my
email
gosh.
up right now, and I can look at it. Go ahead. Do it.
Gala Girl said, when will you do a live outside with the goat, chickens, wildlife? I think we're all aging waiting for that.
You want? All right. Yeah, we can go outside. Probably should have done it when it's cold outside instead
Yeah,
of
it's gonna be
sweating,
hot as
but
hell.
with like bugs.
Ty Carter, my friend,
How you doing,
makes
Ty?
child-proofing widgets here in North Carolina in less than a year. When Amazon picked them up, it was knocked off by Chinese state mafia, and they are ruthless, of course. And then there goes that, right?
And there you go. They will literally make a duplicate of your patented product. And what people don't understand is when you patent a product, you're actually opening the door for the Chinese to steal it easier. Because when you patent something, you're actually providing like schematics, you're providing details, you're providing a lot of information that they use. So, but even if they didn't, they will order a single unit from you.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you patent it because it's
No,
in China. They could
it's
care
China.
less.
You could patent your ass. They can care less. They're like, yeah, they patented it.
Put that on a shirt. Patent your ass.
Patent your ass. Because you think about it, that's the whole reason why Mr. Wonderful over there, Kevin O'Leary, said, listen, I'm getting screwed continuously from China. We have products. We literally make the product. We sell it for like 6 months. And within that period of time, boom, there's like 2 or 3 duplicates of the same damn thing. Because they buy one and they reverse engineer it and they make duplicates,
I have
right?
I have a comment on that. Chris Harding said, copying is what humans do, is how long drops become flushing and indoor as a result.
Well, it's true. It's true. Original thought is very rare, and there's very few people that actually have original thought.
Especially today.
Especially today. I agree with that. There was a lot of artists that used to, that was always the thing, you kind of steal like an artist. Because artists would look at things, steal a methodology, and they would replicate it, right? But this goes a little bit further. This is actually taking intellectual property. This is taking stuff that was supposed to be sacred and patented, and now reverse engineering it and making a duplicate and selling it for a quarter of the price. And this is what O'Leary was talking about with the whole Chinese thing, because what they have to do is they actually have to create a product and then sell it as fast as humanly possible, because they know they have about 6 months to sell it. That's what happened to me. They have about 6 months to sell it, and then it's gone.
Right.
And they know that there's no patent, copyright, IP attorneys that can fight in China because it's CCP, and the government is the one that's screwing you. It's not even just some
But it goes back to the thing. They don't play by rules.
There's no rules.
Like, no one gets
and that's why they say, well, we're going to do this to China. You're doing shit to China. They don't play by your rules. They don't give a crap. The same thing when you see them launch SpaceX Starlink satellites and they blow up. Yeah. They're blowing up all... They don't care that they're blowing up. They don't care that they're putting debris in space. They don't care about the Kepler effect. The Kessler effect, where you'll see like debris turn into more debris until it just completely encompasses. They don't care about stuff like this. They don't care. They don't care about your environment. They don't care about my environment. They don't care about environment at all. They don't give a crap. Period.
Yes.
Did you look at your clock?
No, actually, I was looking at my tattoo because I saw a question come in that has nothing to do with technology.
Go ahead.
I'll answer it in a little while. Stay tuned. Ty Carter said, Amazon made shopping a real experience. Mm-hmm. And Michael Johnson, I was glad when Amazon first started to get popular and break the Walmart monopoly. Now I'm hoping they both break.
Walmart is as bad as Amazon. The difference between Amazon and Walmart, and this is someone that patents stuff, right? Someone that's been selling stuff for decades, okay? The difference between Amazon and Walmart is Amazon owns the entire ecosystem, from the price to the advertising to the facilitating of it, every single thing. Whereas with Walmart, how they are the mob, the way they do it is they do it like this. I want to sell this Raspberry Pi, right? I want to sell this to Walmart. I don't go to Walmart and say, I want $24 for this. Oh, no. Walmart will say, you want to sell this to us? Okay. We will give you X. That's how Walmart works. They tell you what you're going to sell your shit to them for. Okay? That's how they work. So they work a little bit different than Amazon. They're both they're evil. But besides that, they just work a little bit different with like the same end. Okay? They get to the same end. Anyways, so yeah, 2 different ways. I think Amazon is even worse. They're both China. They both are literally supporting China every day, every single day. And what I was saying in today's video, that before you get to another question, is that if there was 400% tariffs, okay, what will happen to Amazon? Okay, they will no longer be able to have all these fake companies sell all of this garbage that they make a profit on and don't care about the U.S. at all. Us as the sellers. They don't care. That's number 1. But number 2, all of their junk, the Amazon Essentials, the Amazon Basics, and all the rest of the stuff, that is all 95% is Chinese shit, will no longer come in from China. It won't. Because if you have 145%, like I said in my video today, and something costs $10, now all of a sudden it costs $24.40, $24.50, guess what? You can't bring it in anymore. And guess what just happened yesterday? They stopped shipments from China. They can't afford it because anything that comes in with 145% tariff, they can't sell it. What a glorious thing is that? So my question to you guys is, how many days or how many months of back supply do they have to be able to wait it out before you start seeing all of the Amazon Basics, all of the Amazon Essentials, all the rest of the Amazon shit not being sold anymore? And now the U.S. stuff has to be sold because the U.S. people are the only ones that can actually fulfill the product. Because the Chinese companies can't get it in the country because it's too expensive, and Amazon themselves can't get it into the country either because it's too expensive. Can you imagine what the dock is going to look like in China if this goes on for a month? There are going to be stockpiles. There's going to be, could you just think that the amount of freighters, you know how much shit comes in from China? They're going to be packed up for miles, packed to the hilt of junk with nowhere to put it.
It's gonna be like that lettuce thing where they put the lettuce.
Yeah, just stock it up.
Wait, why?
Stack it up.
See, as soon as we get on here on Friday nights, this has to take a dump.
I don't even know. But yeah, and that's what will end up happening. And I am just there for it. I cannot wait to see literally cargo ships stocked up all around China's ports, just 10 deep, full of their junk and nowhere to send it. What do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going overboard a little bit. Are you looking at your watch? Are you good? Am I all right?
I'm good. I'm trying to catch up now because this thing took a shit.
Did you?
It did. It took a shit. It crashed again in the middle of the thing. Like, why?
Because that's what YouTube does. Okay? That's what YouTube does.
Now I didn't even know where I was. I don't know where we were at. I'm done.
Dutch Linux, I just got an email. I'm going to go through it while she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. I'm going to look at my watch.
I don't know what I'm doing. All right, how do I get the pop out again? Like, where do I go?
What is going on here?
I don't know. This is your gig.
This is not my gig. This is their nonsense.
There.
I don't know why it does it, but
it literally
YouTube,
just crashed.
It just crashes. It literally says, oops. No, what does it say? Snap?
Yeah, it said all snap.
Well,
like
snap.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see this mixer here. Dutch Linux. Yeah.
Yeah, see now the rest
Pipe Dream Pro. That's a perfect name for it. Perfect name for it.
Come up.
So just to let you know, I've tried.
Sorry, guys. Some of the questions disappeared because they're not on my chat
If you have
anymore.
a question, put at JCristina before the question. Okay, put it in there again because it decided to dump itself. Just going to the Dutch Linux question and what you sent over through email. Yeah, so I love the name, Pipe Dream Pro, perfect. The thing is that I have tried Jacked. I have tried, Helvum. I've tried, GPW Graph. I tried a whole bunch of them. And it's not the software that doesn't work. What it was the way that Pipewire actually translates the USB. Okay, instead of doing it channel by channel by channel, it doesn't matter if it's a $100 analog to digital device or a $600 analog digital device. It bundles them all up into a one stereo bundle, and then you can't break the stereo apart because Pipewire is screwed. And that is the dev's problem. That's a Linux problem, and about 90% of the Linux have the exact same problem because Pipewire is broken. Now, you could use also, you could use PulseWire, anyways. But the bottom line is now I have a new one, which is a Tascam 4x4 HR. And guess what? It actually splits, okay, 4 channels. So you got 2 monos in one stereo and 2 monos in the other stereo. And when you go into OBS, it actually splits because it is split manually. So it works out perfect, and it's actually working. So once again, I'm going to do the loop backing, and I'm going to do the mix minus so that we can get people on the channel and see what goes on with that. But I want to see what you do with this. I love it. I think it looks cool. I'll definitely play with it. I like it. Do you have a question?
No, because
there you go.
I'm reading to see where we're at. So.
All right.
Internet Troll said you need to keep beating up on Linux community to come up with drivers so these audio drivers will work with mainstream interfaces. But MFGs like UA, SSL, Focusrite, etc. need a step up for Linux.
I agree 110%. Why they don't write for Linux makes no sense. And the reason it makes no sense because it's still an x86 architecture just like Windows. It's not like what Apple did when they were PowerPC. Once they went from PowerPC, they went to x86 Intel. A lot of the drivers started getting written for Apple. Now they went away and they're using their own silicon, and now their silicon is now their own bullshit. And now it's basically they're back to PowerPC days, and there is some things that are breaking. You can't even do virtualization very well and actually run. You have to use like a Windows. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all of it. If not, it's just going to get long. But the bottom line is yes, they should write drivers for Linux. There's no reason for them not to, because it's not that big of a deal, because the raw essence behind it is still the same architecture. It's a Linux or the x86 architecture. Anyways, yeah.
Let's see.
Yes.
Tech support said insanity. We don't make our own drugs. That's a national security issue. Yes,
I believe that.
Totally agree.
I agree with you 100%.
Ty Carter, but everything in China is state run. Yes.
CCP runs everything.
Chris said you should be able to use XY overheads without any problem. Should be able to use slight delay without noticing it. Aaron, American labor is too much so no one wants to work $15 an hour anymore. This is true, but most people don't even want to work for $20 or $24. They just don't want to work. They want to live the
COVID life.
Yeah, and the fake, the Instagram life. Yeah. Like all those people that are making so much money on Instagram, like they legit are working hard. A lot of them are creating content, but they make it seem like they're not. So a lot of people think, oh, I could do this too, and it's easy.
And then they try, and they're like, ooh, maybe not.
Yeah. Chris, yes, thank you for correcting me. Solder, not solder.
Yes, solder.
Gallagirl, since toothpaste actually makes your teeth more yellow, have you changed to a nano hydroxyapatite paste?
I guess that's what
Do you use teeth whitening strips or go somewhere to blue light your teeth?
I need to do that.
Do not.
My teeth are like wooden pegs. I need to definitely get whitening. Her teeth are pretty white already. But yeah, so I guess what is it? Hydro anything. So I guess it's like
Hydroxy. I use Sensodyne because I've had so much work done on my teeth that they can get very sensitive. So I'm a Sensodyne person.
Sensodyne user.
Yes.
It's like a commercial.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Ricky Joe, the extender I got is an Netgear Nighthawk AC 1900 EX 7000 mesh range extender. So it's an AC extender that extends both to 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz.
See if you can find an AX extender. See if you can find an AX extender.
Internet troll. Linux needs to bitch slap Windows. If audio interfaces work on Windows, they can work even better on Linux. Pressure on MFGs will make them to make drivers for Linux systems.
Yeah, the devs dropped the ball on Pipewire, and that's why I called them out on it. That's just simply it. There's been so much feedback in the GitLab community saying that this stuff isn't working, which it isn't working. And I did so much testing, and there is nothing that you can do. It doesn't matter. You can replumb until your fingers fall off. It just doesn't work because it's a low-level problem within Pipewire. And now that all of the Linux distributions, the distros, are going with Pipewire and migrating to it, they need to fix it. That's just it. And it's broken. And it's been broken for a long time. It's not like just recent. So, I don't know.
Okay, so George said Clinton got NAFTA signed. That gutted my town. Tech support said, so are you saying we're screwed? Perish the thought. NAFTA Clinton promise was good for us, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, really great.
Let's see. Tim said it's all about the dollar. Labor is cheaper. And Jay Goodmunder said a machine shop in this area just out in 2 robots. Welding machines. Machine is doing work of 18 welders.
Yeah, no, it's true. And welding, it wasn't very expensive. It was a very, a lucrative career path. A good welder makes a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But as you said, you get 1 machine or 2 machines are doing the work of 18 welders. That is a problem. And they weld consistently. They don't go to sleep. They just keep welding and welding and welding. So, it's back to you just almost have to relearn the trade, but your trade might not be a welder anymore. It could be the welder who fixes the welding machines because you understand how welding works. So when the machine's not working, you know how to fix it, and that's what you need to go to school for. Right. It's just a change of the job. The jobs of old are just not going to be the jobs going forward. That's just how it is. Things are going to ever change. Mm-hmm. But people don't like changing either, so.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I'm just kind of.
Did you lose something?
No, I'm just trying to catch up because this thing.
Once again, put a JC or JCristina before your question. It goes orange on our side. We can actually see it. It pops up.
It goes orange everywhere, I know.
Does it? I don't know. Maybe on yours? On there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. On mine, I'm like bright orange here. Do you see it?
Yum, yum, yum.
Did you say yum, yum, yum?
Yum, yum, yum. Chris said Chinese quality has become a cliche meme. Their tech industry has been on fire and is rapidly heading to the top.
Yeah, well, okay, so I guess you can say that. I don't know. It's hard to say because everything that they do is a copy of what has been already done. It's not ever innovative. It's always iterative, right? And iteration is fine, but you never explode. You never get big, right? And innovation is really what makes you big. And they just don't do it. That's just not in their cards. Okay, so yeah, they're doing well, and you can get into some of the AIs they're working on now and all the rest of the stuff, and that was like a big thing. I even did a report on that like, I don't know, about a month ago or so, and I don't know. We'll have to see how it all goes. But I know that a lot of these GPUs that are being used for AI, they're going to start moving into the U.S., and they'll be made here in comparison to made overseas. So that'll be an interesting switch. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, no, I agree. They're doing good when it comes to the electronics industry, but once again, very iterative.
Let's see. Jay said that patent is only as good as your ability to hire lawyers to sue challenge stealers.
Yeah.
100%. And Ty Carter said they can enforce their patent, but they would go out of business because of attorney's costs, which we know.
That's what we were talking about on today's video. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And
you just can't. You cannot. So you can go against a patent infringement lawsuit in the U.S. if the company's in the U.S., but if there's a company in China that stole your patent, there is absolutely zero that you can do about it. Zip.
Yeah.
Zip.
Internet troll said you need to copyright tattoo your ass.
Tattoo your
LOL.
ass.
And then state and put copyright 2025, all rights reserved. JCristina at the end of the stream.
I like it. We'll have to do it.
What else? Oh, Aaron had asked about, the online Temu store.
Yeah.
Like, how is that? Is it going to be phased out or with all that? Like, what do you think?
Well,
like Shein, all these stores.
You got to remember, all of the team, all that stuff is Chinese. I mean, a majority of it. There's some stuff from Europe. There's some stuff here and there. But let's just say the majority, vast majority. I'm not talking about like 60%. It's probably more like 80+% is Chinese. So if there is this massive tariff that's put on that, anything you buy from Temu that comes through and that ends up on our border is going to be taxed massively. So you're not going to be able to buy it anymore. Right. A shirt that costs you $25 is not going to be $25 anymore. It's going to be like 60, or more. So, and then people aren't going to buy it, and then they're not going to sell it, and these things are going to fold. That's why I said at the very beginning that if they were to put even 145, not a 400, like Mr. Wonderful was talking about, but if they just even put a 145% tariff on Chinese product, and they did it for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, or whatever, Amazon would fall. Like, Amazon would fall. Trust me. I wouldn't hold their shit, okay? It would collapse. I'd short their shit is what I would do. Because there's no way that they can sustain, because the majority of what they sell is Chinese junk. All of their stuff, all of that, those Amazon, the amount of money that they make on the Amazon essentials and basics is unfrickin' believable. Okay, that's number one. Number two, all of their Amazon little gizmos and gadgets, like their ebook stuff and all of that stuff, all the Amazon product, it's all Chinese. So they're not going to be able to sell any of that either. They don't got a lot left. They're going to have to make their money on the backs of the U.S. Sales force. And that's it. They have been taking the U.S. sales force, which is us, for granted for so many years that this would it would literally just turn the entire place upside down. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, right? I'm not an economist, but I wouldn't bet on them because they wouldn't be able to sustain. I would venture to say that Amazon has probably...
What? I didn't do anything.
2 months to 3 months of supply because they knew this was coming.
That's it?
I
would think
that's
it would be more.
No, I don't think they could possibly even handle more. And that's why by them shutting down, right, all like orders coming in to the country yesterday, boom. Like, you can't even imagine how big that is because how just massive Amazon is. Just shutting down all those orders like that.
Yeah.
So I'm there for it. I am there for it. Once again, we said it. Didn't we say that? We said we're going to be there with our popcorn just watching this shit go down, and we're seeing it.
Yeah.
This is just fun times, for me at least. I mean, I'm not making anything on Amazon anymore because they've screwed me so many times. So I don't give a crap, to be honest with you. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of came out with what I did today. And I made it so that I answered a lot of you guys' question as far as why I am the way I am with these people.
Why are you the way you are?
Watch my video.
I don't want to watch your videos. I live with you for 30-some years. Jesus.
Watch my damn video.
And then I have to watch your videos too?
All right, don't watch my damn video. I'll give you like a synopsis. Like,
good Lord.
Yeah.
I have to hear you all the time. And
Peter, thank you so much for that 5 free gift memberships.
You're the biggest
Peter,
mom.
thank you, Peter. Who do we got? Lord of somebody, I don't know. We got Paul P. Pisca, Piosco, I don't know. ODV2. Who else? Who else we got here? Wow. Trillalakek. Anyways.
Wow.
That's the best I could do right now. If you guys got a free gift membership, right, from Peter, please say thank you. All right, Peter, thank you for your support.
Yes,
as always.
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. A ton. You don't even know. A ton.
Electro Phoenix, good night, all.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Tony Mitchell, the government got tired of FOIA requests, so they created companies like Amazon and Google. Chris said Elon gets $8 million US per day from government contracts now. First thing he did since the Doge was let off the chain. So first thing he did was do employee rights to get off his workers' death investigations.
I don't follow it.
I don't either.
Okay.
I thought you would.
No, rewrite that.
Okay. Ty said, nope, you're 100% speaking. George, yep, in regards to Walmart, after Sam passed, they would order a bunch from a seller and loan the money for expanding capability with owning the small guy. Yep. And to be able to sell too in there. I remember how ruthless, they're still probably ruthless, like nickel and diming, no, penning it.
To the
like,
penny.
Yeah.
To the penny.
And people would just like sell out so hard to try to get their product inside Walmart.
Yeah.
Like it was, it's sad.
And like I said, Walmart tells you how much they will buy the product from you for.
Yeah.
And it could be like you're making 12 cents on it. You can take it or leave it. They'll look right at you. Take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm. Memorable places. Maybe YouTube is made in CP. Great quality. Ty said average person does not understand supply chain economics.
True.
Dutch said YouTube crashed here too. This was a little while ago. So yeah, it's not just me. Jay Gudmunder, does Starlink have IP6 capability or just IP4?
They do have IP6, but they don't use it. It's in there. Okay, it's in there. If you look it up, it's there, but they don't use it. They use IP4 and they use CGNAT, which is carrier grade network address translation. You don't need to know that. But it's basically a cheap ass way of going and not have to provide everyone with their own IP address, because IP address IP4s are fleeting. They're gone, basically, let's just say. So IPv6 is the way to go, but they just don't want to spend the money. None of the companies, now, I'm not just calling out SpaceX Starlink, but none of the companies, they're all doing CGNAT today because it's a cheap way of going. It's just cheap. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but it's kind of stuck that way right now. So if you need a IP address, your own IP address, a private IP address, or you need to do port forwarding or something like that, you need to go with another system. I personally use Pure VPN. Matter of fact, if you go to JCristina.com/VPN, JCristina.com/VPN, you get a discount. And basically you get a VPN system, but then for like $2 or $3, they will give you a IP address, and they'll also give you the ability to do port forwarding. And if you don't know what that is for, then you probably don't need it. But if you know what it's for, then you know a couple of bucks is probably pretty good to get. So anyways, I hope some of that was of any use.
Ricky Joe said, I sent another email difference between AT&T Internet Air and Starlink in a storm.
What? What?
Oh, God.
What is it? What?
Oh, see?
What is it?
Ricky Joe.
I sent another email. Difference between.
Oh,
okay, okay.
You're so annoying.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Ricky Joe, we got it here. We got
Piney
it.
Woods. Oh, one, they will make artificial reefs around Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's exactly what will happen.
Yes.
It'll be all of their junk piled up, literally littering, probably 10 ships deep of a bunch of junk piled up. I love to see it. So, guys, remember what we're talking about here today, okay? Remember. And if this does happen, okay, you can say this is just something that we talked about here before. Look, I'm going to reiterate it, if the 145% tariffs remain for more than, let's say, 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month, you will see cargo ships stocked up, piled up.
I thought you were going to say start sinking or something.
Sinking. Stocked up, piled up, all on the coast of China. And they're not going anywhere because no one wants their crap, because they're not going to be able to sell it. Only a few countries they're going to be able to sell it into that won't charge them a big amount. And you know what? If the administration has anything to say about it, all the countries are going to be charging 145+% to China. And guess what? Those things are they're going to be drowning in plastic trash. Okay? They're going to be drowning. I can't wait to see it. Now, it's going to be rough on us because we buy a lot of this plastic crap. But we're just going to have to stop for a little while. That's just it. But they're going to suffer unbelievably. And they need to, because, I mean, we've been, taken advantage of for so damn long. I mean, it's just disgusting.
I do agree that I agree with John Wolf. John, I see you.
He's always contrarian. I love John.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say Denim and Scump Ride. People don't realize how much we do get from China. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. That's why, for us, we said we know it's going to be pain for a while. But we personally don't think that the country was going in a painless direction. I think it was going in a really bad downward spiral in a lot of ways, not just economically. So I'm buckled up, right? I'm buckled up. Let's go.
The problem with many administrations, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, the problem is every single one of them kicked the can down the road.
Yeah, because they were all in it for their own interest. And, let's be realistic. Politicians on all sides are dirty.
They're dirty.
So any moment that you actually think that they're not there for them at some point, even if they start off with good intentions, one's going to say, I'll do this if you do this. If you do this, I'll do this. And it keeps growing,
Yeah. So yes, but we can't keep, kicking the can down the road, because when our generation kicks the can down the road, that means that our kids and our grandkids are going to have to suffer the consequences. And that's why I said in today's video, you need to rip the Band-Aid off so that the wound can heal. If you never rip it off and you just slightly tear it, you're just never going to do it, okay? It needs to be ripped off. It's going to be painful, but then it will eventually heal. So that's where I think that we need to be at. And once again, if we just keep kicking the can, we'll never get there. It will never get there. So someone's got to take the pain. Is it you that's going to take the pain, or is it going to be your kids?
Right.
Or is it going to be your kids' kids? Who's going to take it? Someone's going to have to take it.
And if someone doesn't take it, we're going to end up like these people.
That's where we're going to end up.
Exactly.
We're going to end up like nowhere. We're going to end up. So anyways, Ricky Joe, I got it. You got 87 and 18, and then I guess the rain would be the 35 and 17.
Yeah.
That just basically shows you how rain fade really, really hurts SpaceX Starlink. Rain fade is real. All those water molecules, it just doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. So you still will get signal, and that's still acceptable signal. You're just going to get a slower speed whenever it rains, or if it's a heavy rain. That's just how it's going to be. That's not going to change. It's going to get a little better, but not that much better. You're still always going to have a little bit of rain fade when you're dealing with a satellite sitting at 550 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
Atmospheric conditions really, really make a difference. Yes?
Dutch Linux. I am doing terminal wizardry on driver level, and
Good.
the pipe wire, it will be able to spit it software and hardware.
Really? No shit. Okay.
Level, and the old x86 Mac OS was not that different from Linux, as it was based on Unix.
It's exactly right. That's exactly right. It was based on BSD and BSDI. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I know. But that's great. If you can actually make that and it bypasses or it patches pipe wire, I mean, kudos to you. I mean, that's a big thing. And a lot of people in the community will really thank you for that. Because it's a big thing. I mean, I was able to fix it through hardware, but not a lot of people have the understanding of this shit like I do. So just because I fix it, that doesn't mean the next guy's going to be able to fix it. Because if you listen to anyone, they'll tell you the same thing. Oh, go and replumb using Jag, use Helvum, whatever. You just can't, because the problem is deeper than that. And if you're addressing the problem, kudos to you, and a lot of people will thank you for it. Trust me.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
The remedy, I won't work.
I won't worry.
Worry.
I won't worry.
Oh, it came over here. Why is it not over there?
I don't know, but see, this is what I'm saying with this whole situation.
Why does that do that?
Mark Potoknik, I thought that YT problem was here. No, it's everywhere because it's doing it for a lot of people.
The remedy, thank you for the super chat.
Yes,
thank you for the super chat. It is the cutest. Look at that.
Yes.
That is cute.
Super cute.
And I can see it on yours better than I can see it on mine. For some reason, it's like, look, doesn't even say worry on there. Man. Oh, God.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's so bad.
So don't yell at me.
I'm not. It's so stupid.
It's not my fault.
Like, why doesn't YouTube just fix it? I've always said,
okay, Chris Harding, how much do you expect to spend on all your surrounding tech that's 99.9% made in once the export taxes, now known as tariffs, by the way, are sent onto the consumer?
Yep. We're not going to be able to do it. So what will end up happening until this all works its way out, people are going to have to do like what I did with my Unraid server. Okay? There's a perfect example. So that's why I wrote that book back there, How to Create a Digital Fort Knox Backing Up Your Digital Life. The reason I wrote that is so that people could make a RAID array, an Unraid server, using Unraid instead of using RAID, but do it with 10-year-old, 12-year-old parts that were sitting in the humidity of Florida's garage in there for literally over a decade. Pulled them out, and I created this Unraid server. I documented the whole thing. I wrote the book on it so that everyone can do it. And it has been running ever since that book was written, like 2 years now or whatever, year and a half or 2 years, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's been running, and it never goes off. Okay? So that's what will end up happening. We will just have to suffer a little bit, use older parts. People will be selling their parts, probably be more expensive on eBay and this kind of thing. If you don't need your GPU anymore, you might sell it and make a lot of money for it, let's say. Stuff like that. That's what's going to end up happening. But that's okay. Once again, it's going to be a little painful. You're just not going to get the best of the best of the best for a little bit because of what's going on. But anything that comes in from, like, I don't know, Taiwan, Japan, anything that comes over from overseas in the EU or whatever, there's not going to be that.
EU has nice quality things.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to get all of that stuff.
Also, did you know that in Poland,
just not China.
In Poland, they don't import stuff from over there. I think it's all made in Poland. Like, there's a whole thing. Because when I went over there, like, I was looking at all this beautiful shoes and all this stuff.
And they make their own.
Yeah, and I was like, holy! I did like
your
son.
So in Poland, they don't have Chinese shoes?
No, I don't think they do. I have to research it, but like I bought some stuff there, and you know when you're looking at the little souvenir shops and stuff, and it was an older lady, and it was like, and she was like, everything is from Poland. We make everything here, and I was like, okay, yes.
I could see it being a thing. I could see it.
It was beautiful. Yeah, totally like. You could tell, like, quality, beautiful, just unique. Anyways, the remedy, this is a question. Have you ever tried USA only made on Amazon?
I have not.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't even know that's even a thing. And the thing is now, is it really USA only? I don't know. I can't trust them because of the shadiness that they do. So it's like, if they say it's U.S. only, is it really? Or is it just someone said, yes, it's U.S. only?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I would like to see verse and citation on it, In other words, I want to see the evidence thereof, if that is the case. You know, what plant did it come from in the U.S.? Is it really U.S.? Or was it, you know, do the Apple kind of bullshit? It was designed in California, but manufactured in China.
Right.
You know, that's what they do. You know, it's always like this little twist. So I don't know if they're actually U.S. I think it's great. I think it'd be great. I'd buy it.
Charles Andrews says the Chinese quality is the minimum that will get out of their factory. Tech support should be able to sue Amazon for selling copyrighted, patented materials.
You would think so, but they can't because they are immune, okay, to anything that goes on their website. The same thing at Facebook is immune to anything that goes on their site. It's the same type of thing. There is immunity that they are granted, which really sucks.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when Etsy came out? It was only supposed to be people, artisans, crap like that. You made stuff,
crafts, by
handmade,
hand,
like handmade stuff, and then all of a sudden,
China.
Yeah, everything it was like handmade, but you can tell that
it
was
really
in bulk
handmade.
and all this stuff. So like they literally ruined it. That I started on Etsy. And then when I really started to dig in and see, I was like, forget it. There's no reason. Like, why bother?
Yep. Etsy literally went from handmade to China. Absolutely. Yeah. Really sad. Really sad.
Yeah. Okay. Ty Carter. No, George. Sorry, George. If WM pulls back out of small towns, I hope there are some in the community that start again.
I hope so. I hope so.
Ty said, bad part is they own so much of our debt.
They do.
And tech support said they've done a lot before and they'll do more before they give in. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. But that's what ends up happening. I love how you say that they own a lot of our debt, and a lot of people don't understand
tech
that.
Support, they own over $1 trillion in U.S. debt.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Bonds. So if you think about that, right, what we would do is just keep on printing money, and then China would buy our debt. We print this virtual money, and then we go give the money to other countries. And then China owns that debt, our debt. I mean, the most obscene, just, if anyone ran a business the way this country is run, they would have been out of business many years ago. Okay, so it's I mean, you can go a whole video into this, but it's deep and it's really sad what has happened. It is really, really sad. But yeah, you're 100% correct.
Yeah. Okay. Tech support said, you subscribe to his Only Videos channel. Get out of town. Rolling on the floor laughing. Chris, sorry. Wait, I saw a response here was funny. I'll find it later.
Okay.
Ricky Joe said, anyone with Timo delete the app. It has malware that actually takes over and slows down your phone.
I didn't even know that. See? I don't have that shit.
I don't have it either, but yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
SkyBeetle65 said, what happened with Bezos over there? And I talked about that earlier, but their ship didn't launch because of atmospheric conditions. Basically, the cumulus nimbus clouds were too dense, producing a lot of wind gusts, and they couldn't launch because wind gusts were like over 20, 30 mile per hour. And at that point, they need to be within, I think it's like 10 miles or 10 kilometers or something. These cumulus clouds cannot be up there. Number one, because of the wind gusts, but number two, because of possible lightning strikes. So that's what ended up happening. They were going to be able to launch the next day. Then the Cape said, no, sorry, we're not going to let you launch the next day, even though they had the window. But SpaceX Starlink launched the next day instead. They took their spot. So it kind of makes me laugh. It's sad, but whatever. I don't know. As soon as Jeff launches, with ULA, I will definitely cover it. I will go live for it. I can't wait to see it. I was there live with you guys for about 2 hours and 50 some minutes, and they ended up scrubbing it. Sadly.
Tech support. I know I'm reading old chats because this thing crashed, so it's like I'm all over the place. I'm trying to catch up. Bear with me. It's Friday. See, look, I don't even know. Anyways, the remedy. What is your opinion of Aura VPN?
Aura VPN? I don't know who Aura VPN is, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's so many VPN companies out there. You just got to be careful with some of them. I would look up all of them. I haven't heard of Aura. There's a lot of the VPN companies that are based in China. So be careful with some of them, okay? Be careful with them. Pure VPN I've been using for a bit. You have, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ones, but definitely research them. I've never heard of Aura, so I don't want to say one way or another.
Okay, let's see. UP Tinkering, Monkey Works US here on YouTube showed hundreds of idle cargo ships sitting around China yesterday.
Wow, there it is. I can't wait to see it. Oh my God. You just keep going. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see if I can find some damn Chinese ships.
Honey Badgers, we can't find anything other than Chinese made now these days. So sad. Donovan's Gump Ride. It's gonna suck, but later we'll be in a better global position than we are now, so it seems so far.
Yep.
You answered that. Tech support. America's chickens have come home to roost in Chinese eggshells.
Yeah.
Mo, I feel like you've been quiet tonight.
Hold
The
on.
debt is lent to other developing countries. Love that. You gotta love that. Low Tech Greg, Mick Rutik. Good, great quality, made in Latvia, already very affordable and
Nice.
no tariffs.
Nice.
Piney Woods, good night, friends. Time for meds and bed. Sweet dreams.
Thank you for being here.
Jason McCullough, Mac. You will not be able to get a TPM chip and not be able to upgrade to Windows 11.
Yeah. So guys, let me show you this. Okay. We were talking about this. There you go. Check it out, people. Check it out. Do you love it? Do you love it?
When is this from?
This was 20. Let me see.
No,
This
that's
picture's.
old.
This is old picture. Is it an old picture? Hold
Yeah.
on. Maybe they just reused this. Hold on. Let me go and let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
That
Hold
is
on.
old.
Yeah, hang in there. Where is it? 2025. Here.
Low Tech Greg,
March.
it's Free Speech
March
Friday.
27.
It is. We have like 25 minutes left or less. So if you have any questions,
Yeah.
pop them in there. And I'm sorry if I missed some and I've been extra slow.
That's
I'm going to
okay.
blame it on Joe, but not really. It's just this thing did that whole snap thing a couple times and I don't even know.
It's hard. I don't know what's going
Mo,
on.
what's up? You've been extra quiet tonight.
Yes, Mo. What is going on,
Are
Mo?
you tired? Because I'm tired.
Is Mo tired? Come on. Come on, Mo. Get it together.
Oh my god. Let's see. Peter, I love your clown faces. It's great. It's great. Ty, literally, you wrote the book. You did write the book.
I wrote the book.
You wrote the book.
I did.
Internet troll. If Dutch Linux creates this, UA, SSL, for Focusrite, MOTU, etc., should throw him some coin.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree. Let me switch back over to this.
Yes,
while I'm
tech
looking at it.
support. There's some goofy crap going on tonight with YouTube, but it did last Friday too.
Yeah, last Friday did the same
It was
thing.
worse last Friday.
Yeah, it literally says snap.
Like
and
so many
what-
times.
It says snap and then error or something like that.
and then it just goes dark,
and it's just gone.
like Microsoft dark.
Yeah, just blue screen of death. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
Guys,
yeah.
we're gonna take questions for like another 5-10 minutes. And that's
Yes,
it. We're
that's
out.
it. Okay, George. I was able to start work as a kid because my parents had company, still had fun with friends, but worked hard in the commercial environment, gas, fuel, and food. Employed kids 15 and plus. See,
You see?
that's another problem. It's really hard for kids to get jobs. I started working at 14. Not that that needs to be a thing, but
Yeah.
15 plus is great.
I think so.
Our son has had a hard time, and he just now turned 17. But
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, oh, go to Publix. Well, Publix doesn't always hire,
No.
No.
Well, they hire certain people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's not as easy as it was. I mean, we were able to get a job, but
oh my God.
we were getting a job though for like $3.25 an hour or something. So
It was
I mean,
$5.
for you. I mean, I started.
Well, you're old.
God damn! You see?
You walked right into that one.
Thanks.
Another
$3.25.
timer going off.
What? See? More timers. Yeah, I mean, I got up to like I think it was $3.85 or something when I was like in school. So, what the hell are you gonna do with that today?
I don't know.
You can't even buy eggs.
You can't buy anything.
You can buy nothing.
Everything's fucked.
It's
But
a
the thing
fuckery.
is, everything was fucked.
Yeah, it's not
so
like
this is just a new kind of fuckery. So just buckle up, kids.
Yeah.
We're going for a ride.
Hang in there.
I'm there.
Just hang in there. I'm there for it.
Let's see. Ricky Joe, I don't know how Florida is even considered the sunshine state. It's raining more than the sun shining. Ricky Joe, and summer hasn't truly started yet in Florida. What's going on,
then it's
man?
going to rain a lot. You got to remember, too, this is supposed to be the orange state. If you look at the back of the license plate of every single car in Florida, there's an orange on it. The thing is we don't sell oranges anymore. We don't grow oranges anymore.
Yeah.
All of our oranges in Florida come from California because we don't have groves anymore. Why do we not have groves anymore? Because it's more lucrative to take the groves, cut them down, and build a
shopping mall.
Or a new community.
Or a new community.
And that's what they did here.
That people can't afford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did here. When we moved here, they were massive groves.
And then once they build them, people can't
All
afford them. Then they turn them into, what is it called?
Yeah, like Section 8.
Section 8, low house, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a damn
anyways,
mess.
George still ended up with a hand-signed presidential certificate of accomplishment from Ronald Reagan. I had a
That is
classmate
awesome.
also got one. Hers was auto pen. That is very cool.
It's still cool, though. It's
UP
cool.
tinkering around 21 minutes in yesterday's video if you're looking. Oh, it was works. What did he say?
Was
The
it?
video? I have to go back and look for it. UP tinkering. Can you write down the YouTube channel again? Because if not, I have to go back and look.
And it probably doesn't exist anymore because it redid itself. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Gala Girl, I see your question. Maybe. Okay. If I get super cheap router to plug into 8-port gigabit and Starlink to use with my Ninsui, do you think it would fix the one game that won't work when?
It just really depends on what the problem is with the game. You know, sometimes these games aren't working because they use CGNAT and then you end up, you know, getting like switching from IP address to IP address when you don't even know about it in the back end. And then when the game sees that you switch IP address, it's like, holy shit, hold on a second. You know, maybe you're doing something a little bit nefarious, you know, you're doing some cheating or something. So there's a lot of different reasons. So I don't want to answer it because I don't know. I really don't know what will end up happening with it. I mean, it's something to try. Buy it at Amazon and then return it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Okay. Gala said connected direct through Gigaport to Starlink.
That'll work.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, you guys, we're finishing up.
Good.
Kevin Thiel, my first job was when I was 14. I was getting $3.35.
There you go. Yeah,
yes.
that's about right.
Ty said oranges are from China.
Yes.
I know, like, why do they need to be from China? Why does any of our food have to be from China?
Yeah.
Peter Gosling, cheaper to get oranges from China. It's just ridiculous.
How is it even a thing? I don't even get it.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Robbie Giglio, good evening. I'm late.
Hey, how you doing, Robbie?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Chris Harding, Florida is the orange man state. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. And it's the orange state.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Is it really?
no more oranges. It used to be.
We used to have a lot, but,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know why
Yeah.
we have to get orange juice that says that it's composed of different orange parts from different places like Brazil and
don't get it.
Mexico.
I don't even
and,
understand it. I don't.
It's like we're in Florida, like Georgia peaches,
Yeah.
Florida oranges.
Yeah, like
we
in
can
Georgia,
grow our own
maybe they don't
shit.
even have Georgia
I
peaches
really don't
anymore.
need pulp from leftover oranges
Yeah.
from Mexico.
So that they can
to
squeeze
then
it and add water.
Yeah, and then bring in oranges from Brazil or wherever other places I've read on the boxes to make my orange juice. How about just one orange from my state? That'd be great.
There it is.
But
Super
yeah.
simple, but they don't do it. So
Yeah. Good night, honey badgers.
Thank you for
Have a
being here,
great
honey badger.
weekend. Gallagher, good idea. I didn't think of that return part.
yeah, why not?
Let's see. I think. Jeffrey said, "Yeah, I miss the smell of orange blossoms. That's all people's houses that sucked."
Yeah. See, over here we had so many groves that I would take the motorcycle out, and I'd actually hold my breath driving through the groves because they used to fly over them with crop dusters and spray the amount of poison that you wouldn't even know. It can kill, like it would kill you if you just drove through and breathed it. So I would like hold my breath the whole way at night as they're just spraying this stuff. But yeah, I didn't smell the orange blossoms. I smelled all the poison all the time. And now all that poison and all that land that has been poisoned for the last 50 years is now homes.
Yeah.
That sounds safe. That sounds safe to me, right? I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do. Like, and then they don't allow them to dig wells in that area. I wonder why that is. Why did they have to bring water?
See, so I was able to at somebody to type them back, and now when I at someone, it doesn't like, not all of them.
Maybe whoever you're trying to at is gone.
No.
No? Maybe it's broken.
But anyways, yes. Gala Girl, you can grow your own in your wilderness house. I know, but girl, with all the stuff we do already, you gotta keep
I'm not growing no oranges. We actually do have mangoes and stuff, so.
All right,
anyways, guys, we're going to get out of here.
Yes.
I'm going to leave the chat going, so even though we will turn
I
down.
feel like, first of all, I know I've been tired. I always say this every Friday, but it's just, yeah.
It's been a long week, but you know what?
Yeah, I feel like everybody's kind of on a lull. Like we're here, but it's just.
I feel good though. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long week this week. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm looking forward to next week because there's a lot of things that I have planned. So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hang in there for Monday. So anyways, guys, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend with your friends, family, everyone. And, many blessings. I hope everyone has, once again, a good one. Thank you for being here on a Friday night, hanging out with us.
Thank you, Shannon. I know
Thank
he's
you,
gone.
Peter. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats.
Mo, Kevin, Low-Tech Greg, Gala Girl, Honey Badgers, Mo,
everybody,
Robbie. Even though you got here late, thanks for being here. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Easter's coming soon for those that celebrate it.
Absolutely.
It's Passover for
Tomorrow
others.
is Passover. Yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, have a great weekend.
And we will see you next week.
Don't forget to make your own can of whoop ass in case you got to chuck it at somebody.
Jesus.
Bye.
We'll see you later, guys.